Today we're going to work on a solo arrangement of Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce. This was decided on over at my Patreon page, where every month I do a vote based on what my patrons want to see covered. So if you'd like to partake in that for next month, be sure and check out the link down below where you can also find a copy of this tab. Let's go ahead and start with the first stanza here, and it should sound something like this. And I'm going to say the words as I play it, even though, again, this is just an instrumental. I like to say the words to kind of keep track of where I'm at, and I think it helps a lot when learning. So it's something like, if I could save time in a bottle. Now to play this, what we're going to do is we're going to start with our second fret on the A string with our index finger. Then we're going to add our ring finger 4th fret C string. Strum through all 4 strings or pick all 4, whatever you're more comfortable with. Then you're going to add the middle finger on 3 of the A for could, and then the 2 on the A still there for the word save. And then for the word time, you're going to take your ring finger off and add your middle finger here to the 3rd fret of the C string. Go ahead and strum through all 4 or pick through all 4. And notice that's really dissonant, right? Oof. Almost sounds wrong, doesn't it? But I promise you it is correct, because the point of this is to have this nice little descending bass line that's going to take place. And that's really what gives this song its identity. So even though it might sound wrong in the moment, when you play it in passing, I promise it'll sound really good. So for that word time, the 0-3-0-2, which again, very dissonant. Then we're going to play 3 on the A. Go ahead and leave your fingers where they are and just add your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. And then play the 2 on the A by just taking it off because your index is already there. And then we go to the word bottle. To do this, we're going to flip-flop our fingers. Index finger to the 2nd fret of the C string, middle finger to the 2nd fret of the A string. Strum through or pick through all 4 strings. And then play 2 on the A again for bottle. Now the next thing that we're going to play here on measure 4 is a little bit of a filler. Notice how there's no word associated with it. So we're going to move our index finger down to the 1st fret on the C string. You can leave your middle finger right there on the 2nd fret of the A string and pluck or strum through all 4. Then play the 1 on the C for another filler, again because there's no lyric. And then you're going to play 2 on the A for the word the at the end of this. So this whole first stanza should sound something like this. If I could save time in a bottle, the. Now as we go on to the next stanza here, we're going to play first thing that I'd like to do is to. Now to play this, we're going to start with all open, really nice and friendly there. We can pluck or strum all those strings, all open. Open on the A, open on the A again for first thing that. And then we've got this really nice little harmony part for I'd like to do. We're going to play the open on the C and open on the A together. I like to use my thumb and middle fingers here to pluck those 2 strings, but you can really use any combination that's comfortable. And then after I play the 2 open, I'm going to add my middle finger on 3 of the C string and my index finger on 2 of the A for the word like. Then I'm going to slide that up 1 fret to 4 on the C and 3 on the A. And then we're going to go to this B7 chord. And to do this, our middle finger is going to slide down to the 3rd fret of the C string, and then our index finger is going to bar across the entirety of the 2nd fret. So we have 2, 3, 2, 2. And we can strum or pick all 4. And then just the 3 on the C, nice and quiet, no lyric there. 2 on the E. And then we're going to switch to a different B7, my personal favorite B7. Ring finger on the 4th fret of the 4th fret of the G string. The middle finger stays on the 3rd fret of the C string. The index removes the bar and adds the 2nd fret of the E string. And we can strum or pick all 4 of those. And then we're going to play 2 on the A, and you can just take your index finger and move it down to play 2 on the A together. So measures 5, 6, 7, and 8 for this stanza should sound something like this. First thing that I'd like to do is to. Going on to measure 9 now. It's actually a lot like the very beginning of the song. We're going to start with that E minor chord we played before, which was that 0-4-0-2 with your ring finger on the 4th fret of the C string, index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Strum through or pick through all 4 notes. Then the 3 with the middle finger on the A, 2 on the A with the index. And then this is where it gets a little different. We have save, every, and then day. We're jumping to the 0202. So to do this, your index finger moves up to the second fret of the C string, and your middle finger is going to flip to the second fret of the A string. You're going to play all four of those. Then 3 on the A, just add your ring finger, take it off. So that's the word day, till, and then we're going eternity passes and to play eternity passes away, we're going to play 0005, then 3 on the A, and then 2 on the A, and then all open, then 2 on the A, and 3 on the A. The fingering here, I like to use my pinky finger on that first 5, and then I just kind of stick one finger per fret so that my middle finger can play the 3 on the A, index on the 2, and then all open, coming back up. So that is till eternity passes up. And this whole stanza now measures 9, 10, 11, and 12. It should sound something like this. Save every day till eternity passes up. Then we go on to measures 13 through 16, and this actually is the finale of the first section of the song. And it sounds something like this when we play it. Way just to spend them with you. And when we break that down, it's going to start same way that we did at the beginning of the song, 0402 with our ring finger on the 4th fret of the C string, index on the 2nd fret of the A string, strum or pluck all 4 strings, then 2 on the A twice, and then we're going to take our ring finger off, move the index to the 2 on the E string, and strum through those C, E, and A strings together. And that's the word spend, another very dissonant chord. But then we're going to add our middle finger on 3 of the E for the word with, or excuse me, the word them, and then open on the A for that word with. So we have way just to spend them with. Then we go to that B7 chord that we played a moment ago, the 2-3-2-2 with that complete bar. And that's going to be the word you. Play the 2 on the E and the 3 on the C. And those 2 notes are filler because, again, there are no lyrics associated with them. So we have you. And then into measure 16, we're going to go to that second B7, the one that I said was my favorite earlier. 4 with the ring on the G string, 3 on the C with the middle finger, and then 2 on the E with the index finger. Strum through all 4. And then from this point, it's going to play 2 on the A. And you'll notice there's a repeat marker here. It's actually going to go back to the beginning of the song to the words, I could save time in a bottle, only it's through the second verse. So we'll talk about that repeat in just a moment, but just so that you can hear it, here's measures 13, 14, 15, and 16 played with those words spoken. Way just to spend them with you. Now at this point, we repeat back to measure 1. But now, instead of going to measure 16, you'll notice that this is the first repeat ending. So once we go through all the thing, right, we go from, if we start at the top, we go all the way to measure 16, we repeat, we go back to measure 1, go all the way through, and then once we complete measure 15, we jump ahead now to measure 17 to start the second ending and sort of the second part of the song. So now with this second part of the song, it switches to kind of a major key. And truthfully, it makes it a little bit harder because this song is in E minor. And when it switches to the what we call parallel major, it goes to the key of E major, which is really, to be frank, not a good key in the ukulele. But we can pull it off, and it will sound good with practice. So measure 17, 18, 19, and 20 should sound something like this with those words. And then it goes, but there and never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. Right? right? So I know I went ahead there, but I really wanted you to get an idea of what that next section sounds like with the major. So let's go ahead and learn measures 17, 18, 19, and 20 now. We're going to play that favorite B7 of mine, the 4, 3, 2, 0. And then we're going to play 2 on the A. And I like to bar with my index here on the 2 on the A and the 2 on the E. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our middle and ring fingers and place them on the 4th fret of the C string with our middle finger, 4th fret of the E string with our ring finger, pluck our C and E together, and that's the word nev. And then we're going to play 2 on the A with the index, and then again, seems, never seems. Play it one more time, 2. And then for this be enough, really, really important to use the correct fingering here, which is leave all these fingers where they are, but slide the middle finger down 1 fret to the 3rd fret of the C string, and add the pinky finger onto the 4th fret of the A string. It's probably the most important part of this whole tutorial to get right, because it really makes this whole thing playable. We're going to pluck our C, E, and A together, and then we're going to play 2 on the A twice by just taking our pinky finger off, because our index is already there. Then 4 on the E, which is already there with our ring finger. Then the open E, we just take that ring finger off. So that looks like this. Be enough time to. Now, little note, the G string sounds terrible here. So avoid it at all costs. Avoid it like the plague, which isn't really a funny joke these days. But you really don't want that G to be plucked at all because it's going to sound so bitter. So really focus on those C, E, and A strings as you're going through. But after you play the open on the E for the word 2, we go into measure 20 here. And we're going to do the things U. And to do this, index on 1 of the C and pinky on 4 of the E. I know that's a bit of a stretch. We're going to pluck those 2 strings together. And then middle finger is going to go to 2 on the A, and we're going to play that twice. So that goes, do the things, U, 2 on the A one more time to end it. So here's what 17, 18, 19, and 20, which I really do think is one of the hardest stretches, if not the hardest stretch of the whole song. It should sound something like this. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you. Now the next part here as we go to wanted to, take your index finger and bar it across the 4th fret. You don't have to bar across the G if it's easier to just do the C, E, and A, but no harm in barring across the G if it's comfortable. You're only going to play the C, E, and A together though, and that's going to be the word want. Then your pinky is going to go on to 7 of the E string, and you're going to pluck that twice. So wanted to. Then you're going to play 6 on the C. Use your ring finger and just add it on the 6th fret. And then take it off, leaving the 4 on the C for the bar. So we have wanted to, wants you. Then we go to the word find them. And to do this for these words, we're going to go to an A chord. Take your index finger, slide it down to the 1st fret of the C string. Add your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. We're going to pluck the C and the G strings together, find, and then open on the E, them. A little filler note, 1 on the C. Then we're going to play a whole filler section here from the rest. You'll notice there's no more chords. In fact, there's no more lyrics, excuse me. There are no more lyrics for the rest of the song, which is kind of cool. So at 23, we're going to play 2, 1, 0, 2 and strum through. And then we're going to play open on the E. Then we're going to play 1 on the C. And then we're going to play an F sharp minor chord. And to do this, you just take that ring finger that's there on the 2nd fret of the A string, and you move it up to the 2nd fret of the E string. Strum through all 4 strings. 2 on the E, which is already there, and 1 on the C. And that's the end of that stanza. And so just the filler part, let's hear, starting at measure 22, it goes something like this. And the whole stanza should sound something like this. Wanted to, once you find them. And now we go on to measure 25 here, and kind of 25 through the end. Now let's just talk about 25 for a moment. It's going to be my favorite B7, the 4, 3, 2, 0. And once we do that chord, we hold it for that whole measure, and then you'll notice there's that repeat marker. So before we go on to measure 26, let's talk about where that repeat marker goes to. After you play measure 25, you repeat, but not to the beginning of the song, but rather to measure 18, which is the beginning of this kind of chorus part. and then we repeat. And after we've done the repeat, we've now played that section twice, just like we did kind of the first section of the song we played twice. Now, if you want to play a full-length version of the song, you can kind of go back to the middle or the beginning of the song and repeat the whole thing. But if you'd like to make it a little bit shorter, we now go on to measure 26 for our sort of outro part. Now this outro part, what we're going to start with is that same B7 chord on measure 26. We play just the 3 on the C string. We're going to take our index off for open on the E, and then we're going to add 2 on the E with our index. Then we're going to play this little instrumental part at the end, and what this sounds like is something like this. Really nice sound. If you listen to the recording of the song, you'll notice that guitar work is pretty much the same here. And so to play this, we've just played our 3, 0, 2, and now we need to move back to kind of an E minor chord in a way. Ring finger is going to go to the 4th fret of the C string, but then take your index and place it on the 2nd fret of the E string. We're going to play 4 on the C, we're going to play 2 on the E, and then our middle finger is going to come on 3 of the E, and then we repeat that. We play 4 on the C again, 2 on the E, 3 on the E. It can be a little bit difficult to get that finger to come off and on, so it feels a little bit like doing this. And so just practice it really slowly. 4, 2, 3, 4, take off 2, 3. And then after you've done that, you're going to take your middle finger, which is there on 3, and you're going to slide it up to fret 7 on the E and play that. Then stack the ring finger underneath and play 7 on the A. So that looks and sounds something like this. You'll notice there's another repeat sign here at the very end to play it 3 times. And it repeats just to measure 27. So you just play measures 27 and 28 3 times to end the song. And that's going to sound something like this. I like to slow down a little bit at the very last one and just kind of let it ring off. The technique that I'm using there of slowing down and playing a little bit more with emotion is called rubato. I strongly recommend you play the song with it because I think it just sounds so nice melodically as you go through to play with a little bit of feeling. Don't worry about getting the timing exactly perfect. Worry more about making it as musical as you can as you play through this song. And there you have it. There is Time in a Bottle. One of my favorites that I've worked on because it just has this wonderful bass line. Right? That's just the skeletal chords that I'm playing to create that sound. Really nice. So if you have any questions with this arrangement, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And I'll look forward to next month to see what song you guys think up for the next tutorial. As always, feel free to reach out anytime, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks so much.